What are you doing, Fred?
Scramping.
Right, it's goodbye to Bath on this grey, cool, wet day. We've had a great time. Now it's time to get cracking and get towards Reading in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Bet you wish your cock was finished lens. It is!
We've just had a nice load of verbal abuse from a liveaboard who's obviously off his whatsits. But yeah,
funny, actually.
it was a funny ending to our few days in Bath. Needless to say, he got told where to go.
Morning!
Morning. Yeah, it's gone a bit chilly overnight. We had a monster storm overnight that blew all the plant pots around on the roof. So we had to get up at, what was it, 12:30, 1 o'clock in our pyjamas and go and put all the pots on the ground so they couldn't blow around.
Foolishly, we still haven't reattached our solar panels onto brackets, and they're just laying on the roof. And we knew this weather was predicted. I meant to take the solar panels off, but just didn't get round to it. And yeah, 12:30, I was convinced the solar panels had gone. So flying out there just to find it was just a plant pot. But there you go.
So we've left Bath. We had a great time there. It's a fantastic city. If ever you're thinking of a short break somewhere, go to Bath. It's absolutely wonderful, and it's plenty to see, plenty to do. So don't worry about catching a flight to Ryanair. Just jump on a train and
To Ryanair?
did I say to Ryanair? Jump on a Ryanair plane and go somewhere foreign, because it's absolutely stunning.
There's so many pubs and restaurants. In fact, we were really good. We only went in a couple, but there's so many places. And the Roman baths, for the price that they charge you for the tour of it, is absolutely fantastic. Really, really worth doing.
It's
Lovely
really good.
city, and parks, gardens. It's just lovely. Yes.
So we've just gone over the Avon Vale. Is it Avon Vale?
Avon Cliff.
Avon Cliff Aqueduct. Got some footage of that. And heading towards Trowbridge, where the car is. So we've got to go and see that's okay and move it on. So we're doing about 6-7 miles today, and then the plan is to moor up for the weekend because the weather apparently is not going to be brilliant. Is that right?
Well, that's what they said. And we're going to get some DIY done, definitely, while the weather's bad.
We shall finish off the woodwork in the lounge that needs doing.
Having said that, although it's beautiful now, they have predicted that suddenly at midday the winds are going to go up to 40 miles an hour for 2 hours. So we might end up having to moor up for a bit in the middle of the day. I don't see much point in travelling through 40 mile an hour winds if we don't need to. But we did have a bit of although we loved Bath, we had a bit of a miserable departure just as we were passing some of the resident boats. There is obviously a little bit of a drug problem going along there. We'd seen it and smelt it while we were there, and went past a boat, and for no reason, we weren't going fast, you know, we never do, suddenly got this stream of abuse likening
the lens of my camera to my manhood.
Yeah, which was the bigger, the lens or the manhood? But I gave him a curt reply. But it was obviously
off his head.
Yeah, and then we had a whole bunch. I did wonder if it was a full moon yesterday, because we had quite a lot of miserable boaters and miserable people we encountered yesterday, didn't we? So hoping for a nicer day today. Only friendly people out there today, please.
Yes. So here we go again. Heading off the Kennet and Avon. We hope to be off the Kennet and Avon now within the next 2 weeks, don't we? So we're planning to get some miles now between us. and start a new journey on the Thames.
Look at the scenery. It's beautiful. Just loving it for September morning. Have a look at this. Quite cool, but we lit the candles. That takes the edge off of the coolness, and it's been fine. Still no fire lit, so we're feeling quite pleased with ourselves. The first night the rain came, we discovered 1 or 2 little leaks.
7.
Well, I was going to go on to that, but yeah, the first night we had 3 leaks coming through windows, in the portholes. And then by the next morning discovered there's also one coming in somewhere from the bedroom porthole and going down the back of the bed, so the duvet was all wet. It unfortunately didn't get into the mattress. We started doing a little bit of DIY because it was so rainy we couldn't do anything, and we've discovered 3 leaks on the pipes from the back boilers. So all in all we've got 8 leaks.
Water
now.
coming in.
The water dripping in through the mushrooms, or 1 mushroom, isn't it?
1 mushroom's leaking,
And
yeah.
1, 2, 3, I think 5 windows, 4 windows are leaking.
Yeah, so when it's dry for a few days, which I think is going to be this week, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the first job to do is fix the leaking mushroom and then do all the mushrooms, lift them all off, clean them out.
To be honest, they're looking a bit rotten, aren't they? So
that's the air vent mushrooms on the roof. And then at some point we've got to start looking at windows, taking them out, cleaning them up, resealing them. So that's a job I'm not happy doing, but
we sort of
start
knew
with
that,
1 window I suppose and see how we go.
We sort of knew it was on the cards, but thought, at some point we'll look at the windows. But obviously, I know it was extreme rain, but we can't.
Yeah, normally with
much longer now.
the odd shower here and there, you don't notice, but this has been extreme wet 48-hour rain, hasn't it? And,
yeah.
Still, so more jobs on a list to be ticked off.
We've had soggy dogs to deal with, soggy coats to deal with, soggy shoes. But, it's fine. I think the only bit of the boat that didn't leak was in the well deck, because we've got our nice new cratch cover on it. That was the driest
place
place
to be. Nice and dry in there, yeah.
But it would appear that this is part of boating, so we feel like proper boaters now. That's fine. So
we've been aboard 6 months now. It's been 6 months since we bought the boat at the beginning of March. And we've been doing some adding up figures, haven't we?
I keep a little journal going each day, my captain's log, and just record how many miles we've been, locks, and various bits and pieces.
So what have we done in 6
so
months?
We've calculated it all down in 6 months. So we've done 430 miles, 420 locks.
That's a lock a mile, isn't it?
It is nearly a lock a mile. It doesn't seem like that.
See how I worked
actually.
that out?
It doesn't feel like we've done that many locks, does it?
No, I think because the majority of locks come in 3s and 4s, don't they? And 5s,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But anyway, and we've also kept the sums going, and people are always asking how much does it cost to live on a narrowboat, and as many people as you ask, you're going to get different answers to this. So this is just us, and we know that we are quite frugal. We don't.
It's a dog knocking the tripod. Tripod. Wait, what are you doing?
We don't, deprive ourselves, but we just do know that we live quite cheaply. So here is what it's cost us so far. We have spent £56 in gas in 6 months. £265 on diesel. This was a big shock. We've spent £127.50 on pump outs. That works out 75 pence a day to have a poo.
75 pence a day. That toilet is costing us. That's got to go, isn't it?
So we knew that.
75
anyway.
pence a day.
Money down the drain, that is, isn't it? Literally.
We should visit more pubs and use their toilets.
We have spent £162 on river licences. These are in excess to the standard licence that we've had to have because we didn't realise originally we were going to be travelling on the rivers, so we didn't buy the all-encompassing gold licence.
Yeah.
So this is what we've spent extra, £162 on river licences. Breaking down our boat licence is for the boat for the year, that's cost us £450 for 6 months. We estimate about £150 on coal and wood at the beginning of the year because we didn't record all of that. We've then got about £300, which was our boat insurance and our breakdown cover, rescue and recovery service.
Yeah, well, that 150 quid for the rescue service is paid off already, hasn't it? Because we called them out within a week of having it, I think, fortunately.
Yeah, I know people grumble about them, but actually that got us out of a fix, didn't it? So that's fine. So over the 6 months, we've calculated this all out. It's costing us £3.16 per mile to move the boat and keep the boat going, and £7.50 a day. So I don't think that's bad. Obviously on top of that there's going to be maintenance costs and blacking, but we haven't really had to do much of that yet. No. So that's not a regular ongoing thing, but these are the costs that we know it's going to be just for us to live and move the boat. So
that's £7.50 a day for a 50-foot boat.
It will go up over the winter because now we're going to be using more coal and wood.
Have been chopping up wood, haven't we? Every bit of wood we see on the side, we drag it onto the top of the boat and start cutting it up.
Yeah.
There's nothing,
because we're running out of things on the boat to burn now because we've taken off there's still a couple of shelves to go, but we've burnt a lot of stuff that we can.
It's an incentive for DIY because you get some wood to burn.
So hopefully that's useful. Lots of people are always asking that, but that is just our costs, and you ask the next person, it might be double for them. But it just gives you an idea, those of you that might be thinking of starting this.
You can be as economical as you want, and it's just like living on the land. You can be as economical as you want, or you can be as extravagant as you want. And I think we hit the middle, don't you? Not extravagant.
We live comfortably.
By any means. We live comfortably.
Don't we?
We don't go without. But my wine and beer bill isn't in there either, is it?
No.
Well, it was a tough night last night. Really strong gales in the night, and at around about 12:30 we were awoken to banging and crashing on the roof to find that the wind had blown the plant pots over. So we were out in our pyjamas picking them all up. Fortunately, the solar panels didn't get blown away, they're still intact. So it's a beautiful day today, really crisp and cool, and so we're going to do about 6 or 7 miles, only one or two locks to do, if that, just one lock, and see where we end up tonight. putting a few miles in today. Really looking forward now to moving on to pastures now. Got to do the whole 87 miles of the Kennet and Avon going back. That's not a problem. We see it from a different perspective, I suppose. Lots of boats going by today. I think they're all trying to get back for the weekend. Hire boats back to the base. Question a lot of people ask us is, what's it like living with somebody 24 hours a day, every day of the week? And well, frankly, it's really easy. If you're with somebody who you really care for and vice versa, and it's not an issue. I think you just have to be mindful of the small space you're living in, and just be attentive to each other's needs. That sounds wrong. I think you just have to not be selfish and just try and give the other partner a bit of space every now and again. But I thoroughly recommend it. It's something I wouldn't do any other way, frankly. So, nothing much to say. Giving the dogs a bit of a walk down the towpath. And, well, nothing else to say. Walking along the towpath, I've spotted a load of wood on the side, so I've got Fran to pull in so we can get the wood for the fire for the winter. Free wood is what we like.